Full. It's full. I have a truck full of crap. This is kind of strange because what I'm about to tell you. What's going on with the family. Don't think of Thailand as anything permanent anyway. I don't know about you guys, but I am tired. Good morning, awesome, beautiful people. Chuck here, leaving ThatPhanom. My truck is full. Got wasn't too bad, but I put my golf bag in there just in case maybe I can get a game of golf in. No video, just a me time game of golf. And we bought mom's mattress pad yesterday. I didn't video, but I took mom shopping and we did some more stuff in the house. Yeah, I just figured I would get I'd get it now because mom's not going with me on this trip because they just got finished painting and they painted the whole entire house. It makes me happy because in my mind I'm thinking, okay, well the owners didn't realize that the place needed paint. It didn't look too bad, but when they moved that couch, I guess the couch had rubbed the paint off on the headrest part of the couch, and they weren't sure what to do, and they asked me. I said, well, I think it needs to be painted because there's not going to be anything on that wall to cover it. So they painted the wall, and then I get a message from the realtor the next day that they're painting the whole entire house, and it looks like they did it kind of a lighter color, which is good. So it just means to me that the owners are not typical, like they go all out instead of just patching, which is good. I appreciate that. So my mom didn't want to go because of the paint smell, and I just figured I'd get the bed all situated so when she does come, we don't have to go wandering around trying to find bedding. So we just did it yesterday. So. It's a video, not a picture.
Perfect.
That's already there. She can just bring a couple of pillows, what she needs, but we have the pillowcases. Other than that, yeah, I'm only gonna go for a couple days, 3 nights actually this time. I'm gonna leave early before 7 o'clock this morning so I can get to the condo. It'll take me like 5 or 6 trips to get the stuff up. They've got like a shopping basket downstairs that you can borrow, I guess, when people go shopping, take it upstairs and then bring it back down, or take it to whatever room they're in, and then take it back down. So I want to set up the kitchen today. I want to build all the little shelving units that I got, put them up, and then from there we can kind of see where we're at. And I don't think I'm still going back and forth with mom on trying to get her to understand she doesn't need to store stuff. You know, she has to store it, she doesn't use it. If she doesn't use it, she doesn't need it. And let's just put it here in storage here, and if she really needs it later, then I'll bring it to her. But she doesn't need to get all compacted in this. Actually, the condo is pretty spacey, a lot of room in there. You guys will see when I'm done. I'm having a difficult time getting mom to transition out of I don't want to say hoarding, but it's probably the correct term, you know. yeah, she wants a change. We've got to put a stop to it this time. Last time I knew she was doing it. My mother-in-law kept defending her. Oh, let her alone, let her shop, and she gets to go out and walk around. If she gets too much, just give it away. And I just ignored it, and it never was given away, and it just piled up. And now I'm having to deal with it. So we can't let it happen again. She doesn't want it to happen. My mom has some options. This is the option that she wants. She really wants this. She just doesn't quite know how to achieve it yet. She can't envision it, I guess. So we'll go through the motions again. I'm here for my mom. I told my mom, whatever happens, I'll take the abuse. And, that's what I'm doing. I'm not letting my family here get involved. I don't want Paige to go over there because she'll just throw everything in the trash. I know how she is. And I need to do this kind of delicately to get my mom in a better state of mind. If she's bored and she wants to do something, she can exercise. She really does need to exercise. And yeah, I'm gonna look at everything as a positive, not a negative. If that irritates some, I'm sorry. That's just kind of how I've always done things. When something needs to get done, I kind of back up, look at the big picture, analyze it. Can I do it? I think I can do it. If the worst, whatever the worst case scenario is, can I handle that? Yeah, I can handle it. So it's just move forward high speed. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Good morning, sunshine. I have a deadline. Paige has given me a deadline to take care of all this stuff, so I got a deadline for myself anyway, but I'm depending on a few other people. If I didn't have to depend on people, I could get it done pretty quick. But yeah, just have to deal with what's going on, and my mom needs to start dealing with stuff that's going on around her and her environment as well. Let's go to Udon. Good morning. We'll talk a little bit on the way, of course. Full. It's full. I have a truck full of crap. Actually, it's just some stuff for the kitchen, mostly. I don't want to put a whole lot of storage stuff in there because I'm afraid mom's just going to start stacking stuff up again. So, I know the bed's a queen size. It's not a king. It's a little bigger than a twin. And my mom wants to put the twin in there so it'll be more spacious. I get it, but in my mind it's like, okay, that's dangerous because if it's more spacious, that just means more space for my mom to get stuff in her house that she doesn't need. She's got a lot of stuff and she wants to keep it, it's difficult to get rid of stuff that you have. Everything's kind of a need. We had a little back and forth on a I don't know if I told you guys this yesterday. I don't remember what I talked about the little cheesecake pan. She wants to make a cheesecake. I'm like, well, you can buy a cheesecake, and what are you going to do? You're going to make a whole cheesecake, eat one piece, and put it in your little refrigerator? And she's like, well, I need something to do. Sometimes I like to cook. I said, well, if you need something to do, you need to go downstairs and work on yourself, because right now you have very little strength in the front of your legs because you're not moving around enough, and she's limps, and she doesn't really need to limp. Like, there's nothing wrong with her leg, there's nothing wrong with her hip. It's brand new. We've had x-rays. She says she's in a little pain, but if you walk around on a limp all day, you're gonna get a little bit of pain. It's kind of like, if your car is out of line and it's not driving straight, it's gonna wear out front end parts and the tires. So our body needs to try to go forward, and she can do it. She just has to make herself do it. And she needs to work on herself because right now it's kind of causing her a handicap. Anyway, all I can do is just keep trying to motivate her and be a son. Not really just be a son, but be a good human being. But there is limits, I'm sure, for her, and there's limits for me too. So we have to work together. I'm trying to have a lot of patience, and I know she is too. But her options are very limited. I'm gonna take a little break here. I'm not really sure where I'm at. I'm a couple hours out from Udon, I know that. Crazy drivers. Let me go in here to 7-Eleven real quick. I'll be right back. Get some coffee. I slept pretty good last night. I just got up early. I always try to talk to you guys about driving conditions here, mainly because we always just say, I don't understand this or I don't understand that. Remember, everything I say is basically just my opinion, not fact. It just comes from my experience and sometimes what other Thai people tell me, because that's mostly who I hang out with anyway. Something is very dangerous. You know, not only do they kind of just drive in their own world, this is kind of strange because what I'm about to tell you, they just kind of drive in their own world, seems like. But the way they think, and I think a lot of their driving experience is basically because of driving motorbikes. That's pretty much most of their driving experience. And then when they get in a car, I think a lot of times they drive like a motorbike, but they feel like if they're in front, like they're in charge, everybody behind them needs to watch what they're doing. And then if you get around them, they straighten up and get in their lane, but they like to just kind of weave around. But I'll tell you this, as much as they like to drive in their own world and go, it seems like they're just getting in their car and going to their destination and oblivious to their surroundings. If they're driving in the left lane and there's a motorbike with somebody on it, anywhere in the vicinity of the road, they'll swerve into your lane. Like they avoid that like it's a hornet's nest. And they don't care if you're on the right side and there's a shoulder or there's something, they'll just come at you. The reason why they do that is because if that person on the motorbike who's not paying attention going from getting on their motorbike to their destination, they're not paying attention to you, and if they swerve in your lane and you hit them or that other person hits them, it's the car's fault, not the motorbike's fault. That's why I say have cameras and a lawyer in Thailand, but typically the person driving the car is going to be somewhat responsible for the incident, even though maybe they couldn't get over and the motorbike just ran into them. It doesn't matter. I have friends where they got rear-ended sitting at a stoplight by a motorbike, and the insurance company still made them pay half of the damage. You know, it's a strange thing here in Thailand. So that's why if you're driving in the right-hand lane and there's a car, especially a semi, a big truck, come over in your lane, chances are they're probably not drunk. They're just avoiding a potential motorbike driver who is just, doesn't care about their life. So anyway, just thought I'd share that. Back on the road. Oh, and Thai people backing out of PTT parking lots or just trying to exit the parking lot is very, very difficult for them. I don't know. Maybe they're afraid somebody's gonna. I don't know. Let's get back on the road. Enough ranting. I feel better now. Yeah, roads are wet. Gloomy day today. Let me give you a quick update on what's going on with the family. I know I've been neglecting my Thai family. My mother-in-law's eyes are doing better. She's been going, I think, getting a checkup once every 2 weeks to check on it. Anyway, her eyes, I was watching this guy, make sure he wasn't going to come over on me, but he did pretty good. Yeah, her eyes are doing good. Her knees are still a little sore. We went and had a cortisone injection on one of her knees. She didn't want to do both at the time. But she needs to lose a little bit of weight. I'm going to bring my mom's treadmill to the house because she's got nowhere to put it, and the condo has a nice treadmill. And she has, I don't know, basically there's nowhere to put it, and it's like brand new. I think she's used it a couple times. I'm going to bring it home and I'm going to use it. and it's really going to be good during the rainy season for exercise. But I'm going to try to get my mother-in-law on there. She might hate me, but I'll try it anyway, you know, because I'm a glutton for punishment. I like to get involved in everybody's life, you know. My father-in-law is doing okay. The business, I don't know. I really would like to help, because I've been basically in that kind of business most of my career. And, you know, one time I had 3 shops. I've had 4 in total. I had 3 shops at the same time, you know, so. And I've sold every one of those shops. I know it's not the same as America or whatever. It's different here. But I have some good marketing ideas, you know, that maybe I could help him, like, you know, Facebook, you know, other options. But anyway, I can't get into his head. He won't allow it. His own son, my brother-in-law, has given up on that also. He's got 5, so I don't know what's going to happen. So he got a legal notice from the people that own the building and the land, and they want to sell the land and divide it up between the kids, because the family who my father-in-law originally rented from have passed on. So the kids want to do whatever they're going to do with the property. I don't know. So see, I'm talking here and I've gone 102 kilometers per hour. I got to put my cruise control on, or I'm going to get a damn ticket. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe they'll just, you know, a lot of times, I guess, like my father-in-law is doing, maybe they'll just forget about it and he can continue to keep doing whatever he's doing. I don't know. The guy who is going to buy the place, haven't heard anything back. He has somebody maybe interested in some of the equipment. So something's going on behind the scenes where he's, you know, trying to get stuff done. I would only hope he has a good plan. From where I sit, I don't see it. I see him doing kind of the same things. Now he's lost all of his guys, pretty much. I think he has really just 2 that are pretty steady with him. But, you know, just like anybody, if you know you're not going to be around much longer, you're not going to have much interest in doing what you need to do, you know. So I think they're just, if they find another job, I'm sure they would take it, you know. Maybe that's what the other guys did. But I asked my father-in-law last year, whenever he was, you know, before he got the legal notice, you know, he was considering that he was going to try to sell it and retire, because he's, you know, most of his friends are retired and some of them have passed away, you know, but he wants to try to retire. And I said, you know, are you gonna, maybe you could keep one of these tuk-tuks for the family, you know, we can, you know, we can use it to get around, especially when you guys get a little older or it's raining or something. He's like, oh no, I'm gonna sell everything. And I go, well, what about your parts? You know, you probably should just keep, you know, sell parts, give you something to do. And he's like, no, I'm selling everything. I'm like, okay, well, you're gonna drive your wife crazy, I guess. I have nothing to do. But he's got 5 more months, and he buys parts. You know, he's got parts coming in at least once a week, sometimes twice. If he sells an item, he replaces it. He keeps his inventory up instead of trying to deplete it down and only getting what's necessary, you know, because he really only has the one guy who owned a shop. He just passed away. A younger guy, a year younger than Paige, had diabetes, and he died from, you know, whatever complications he had from the diabetes. He passed on last week. So now he's really only got one guy that does the repairs, and they sell aftermarket parts for these things, especially engine stuff. It's just a 3-cylinder Daihatsu. Those Daihatsus are pretty popular in Thailand, and you can basically get parts pretty much anywhere. And the only thing really custom on that tuk-tuk is the frame, the chassis stuff. So chassis stuff, and, you know, you can sell. But I don't know. I don't foresee the business thriving. I think it's just something that, you know, give him something to do type thing. But, you know, I don't think he's going to get rid of the parts business. I think he's just going to continue on having something to do, you know, with that. But every now and then he'll get a random person from Laos come over, but they usually just want to buy used shit, and then they complain it's not perfect, you know. He's on the other day he was yelling at somebody on the phone because they were talking about, I guess he bought a distributor or something from it, and maybe something was wrong with the modulars, but the guy didn't want to buy a new one. He only wanted to spend $100 on a used one, and you know, whatever condition that thing was when they pulled it out of the engine, that's what he got. You know, and the guy was mad, and my father-in-law was pissed. Like, he was yelling at this guy, telling him, hey, you want something to work, you buy a new damn part, you know. So anyway, that's what's going on in the homestead. Met them is you know, friend of the family. She pretty much is taking care of Mafia at the moment, comes over every night and cooks and cleans, you know, stuff like that. But Madron, she hasn't been feeling good, has some headaches. I thought maybe that was because of Paul Poot, her husband. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm bored. Just giving you guys a shout. Oh, I've had 2 messages today on my video, and my friend James shared something to me about they're only going to start offering 1-year licenses to foreigners now in Thailand, but that's not all true. Here's the thing about Thailand, and you guys have been here, you already know this. Like, they can talk about anything, but it doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. But what happens is, if some official says we're going to, you know, try to do this, well, it's just him talking, and then they'll report it, especially on the foreigner, you know, the like little YouTube news media stuff or chat sites. They'll run with it, go, oh my God, it's the end of, you know, foreigners in Thailand, you know, type scenarios. So just because they're talking about it doesn't mean that they have to get it approved. It has to go in front of a board. It's got to be approved. Then they got to put it into law, you know, stuff like that. And that takes a lot of effort, you know, sometimes. So all these things that come out into public and people publish on their drama page doesn't mean it's true, okay? Happens all the time. But anyway, they're only talking about, as of right now, 2 provinces, Rayong province and Chonburi province, or not even Chonburi, Pattaya. They're talking about Pattaya and Rayong. So, but who cares? What can you do? Like, what difference does it make? Okay, so they're going to do it. They're not. Okay, let me back up. I think they were going to do 2-year instead of 5-year. So when you get your license, you automatically get a 2-year, and then when you renew it, you get a 5-year. I'm on my 5-year now. Yeah, I think 5-year. Yeah, I'm on my 5-year right now. Well, I know, I'm just trying to think, do I have my second 5-year? That would mean I was here for 10 years. So actually, I think I am here this is my second 5-year. So I got a 2-year and then got a 5-year, and I just renewed it. So anyway, I don't know why I'm worried about that, but it's probably not going to affect anybody anyway, but it's not affecting every province. But who cares? You know, they make this crazy, I don't know why the reasoning behind that. A lot of times they don't know how to fix a problem, so they just change the rules so everybody has to, you know, be punished, I guess, because there's a problem that they don't know how to fix. So that's how they usually come up with these solutions, you know. But oh well, so you get a 2-year, I guess it's no big deal. That's what I keep trying to tell everybody. Don't think of Thailand as anything permanent anyway. I try to keep telling people, unless you're married and you have some financial obligations to your wife, which we usually, you know, we want to be responsible for our family. You know, if you're going to build a home, make sure it's something that your wife wants. A lot of times they want it on the family property anyway. If you're building it for them, then, you know, make sure they're involved in the construction, right? But that's why I always say, don't try to be permanent in Thailand, because nothing's permanent here. We're only allowed to be here 1 year at a time anyway, so anything can change here in Thailand. And then I think if we try to become so permanent, things aggravate us, you know, like, oh my God, they hate us. Like, yeah, you got a passport, you don't like the shit, just go somewhere else, you know. I don't think it really matters too much. It's not our country. They can do whatever the hell they want to do, you know. I don't think it's just Thailand. I think every country does that. They change policy, you know, all the time. I just wanted to bring that up. I don't know why. It's no big deal. But really what I wanted to say is that they always talk about things that they want to do, and then it gets put out in public like it actually happened. And it's not true. And then people kind of distort what we're saying, because we get, you know, when they report the news, it's in Thai, so you're getting like a somebody else's, you know, whatever definition and of course their opinion on what was said in Thai when they translate it, you know. And then the fact that we're only allowed to be here 1 year at a time anyway, so and it's not our country. Okay, stop raining, stop raining, stop raining. Somebody said mom should get a mobility scooter. Look at this mess. Yeah, right. Anyway, my mom doesn't have a vehicle, so she didn't get a gate card. So I'll have to just check in here. I can't turn the damn thing off. I don't. Hang on. What do you got? มาหาแม่ครับอยู่ประมาณ4 ชั่วโมงโอเคครับแลกบัตรด้วยได้ครับบัตรไม่มีครับไม่มีช่วยแม่โอเค I don't have a card.
When possible, make a U-turn.
I don't know. Now I can turn it off. I don't know. I should park here and then try to take everything in there, but maybe I can just borrow somebody's parking spot for a moment. I got a lot of shit here. I'm just going to take a quick peek. Doesn't look like it. Oh well, let me go back around and see if I got that cart. I need that cart, you know. Well, it looks like this area of parking is just supposed to be so you can drop off your items, but I don't really know the rules right now. I'm just going to carry this up there for now and check on the room, make sure there's nobody in there working right now, and then deal with all this stuff. And I'll be right back. Let me take you upstairs and then I'll come back. I don't have time to video the whole process, but hang on. Okay, he's finishing up the cleaning right now, putting stuff all together, and I think he's taking that stuff out, hopefully. That looks good. They painted the whole damn house. I like it. And it's white. It brightens things up in here, you know? Okay. I was kind of hoping he'd already be gone, but it's okay. I told him, I said, I'm just going to bring a lot of stuff in. Okay. Fun begins. Let's see, so here's the mail room. Some of these are way too full. And this is accessible to anybody who needs it. There's the water where mom's going to fill up her jug. But you could use this to get it upstairs. Okay. Well, things are looking up. The sun's out. Haven't seen that for a while. I didn't notice this before, but they have bottled water right at the door you can buy. That was actually the owner. Really, really nice guy. Speaks some. He just asked, "Does your mom live here alone? You're gonna live here?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Can she take care of herself?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come back at least once a month, probably for a while." But yeah, she can do pretty good. Hopefully better. Well, he gave me the extra key. I'm so happy with that. Now I have a key. I asked the agent. She's like, "No, you only get one key. One stays with the owner." But he gave me a key. That's really nice of him. It only has one. Maybe that's for the deadbolt. I'm not sure. anyway, happy. Okay, I should have told him to take that out of here. I thought he was taking it apart a minute ago. But anyway, that's okay. We'll do something with, I don't know, throw it in the, throw that thing in the damn trash can. They did a really good job painting. Yeah, even outside paint. I'm gonna try to move this bed this way and see how that works. It already has a little mattress pad on here, but good view of McDonald's. Ah, got a courtesy hanger. All right, got shit to do. What I like about this is you can leave this window open, no bugs. I guess they're not at this level, maybe later. But you can leave this open. There's not going to be any mosquitoes or stuff flying in. Maybe a bird. Well, Pipbap just left here, the realtor. I asked her if she could do me a favor. So I don't have to talk to her again. I need to do mom's immigration here. The only thing that's required of the owner is a copy of their ID card and a copy of, I should have looked at it before she left here. Yeah, copy of the ID card and everything with the signature on the bottom and blue ink. And I asked her if she could get me 2 or maybe 4 copies each. So I got 2. And yeah, got everything here. So then we don't have to contact them next year. I just have everything all ready to give to immigration. Unless there's something else, I'll have to contact her and get them to help me. But the guy seems like a really, really nice guy. I didn't meet his wife, but I met her. But anyway, I got that. So I got shit to do. Oh, one thing I forgot I really need was a little chair to sit on to put this stuff together so I'm not on the floor. I forgot to put it in the truck. So yeah, I got that going for me. Maybe I can sit on the microwave. Okay, it's kind of a pain in the butt to put this thing in here. We'll see how it works. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I am tired. I still got the under the sink thing to do. I don't really know where to put all this stuff. So here's where we're at. I got this. I got that. Got a little storage there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Probably not bring that at all. Got some, my mom's gonna have to get a little stepping stool. We have storage, you know, up there. Some glasses, she can wash her dishes there. That won't fit there. Microwave, got a little bit of storage up top. I got this, I don't really like it too. There was one that was a little bit more, a lot more expensive that had things to pull out. So I have a feeling things are going to get lost in here. So my mom wants to bring her little green pantry and put it here. But you know, we have storage. There'll be like a little 3-tier storage unit there. And I have a little bit here. Got this, I don't know quite what to do. We'll have to reorganize that a little better, I think. And then some pots and pans can go down here. And the microwave used to be here, but that's not a very good spot to be bending over. So I've got it mounted here. Anyway, that's it. The little trash can's gonna have to go here. I've got some storage ideas. That mirror will come off, so I might put her vanity there and then take that mirror home in a safe spot or something. I put this here. I don't know. I've moved it all around the damn house. Mom thinks if she puts her chair here, she'll be too close to the TV, which is probably true. So thinking about putting her chair here in the entertainment center there. Trying that out. Of course, it might block the plug, but probably not really. Yeah, chair here. I don't know. A little dining table here. We're gonna have to redo this, I'm sure. So she wanted me to move the bed, and when I did, there's all kinds of shit underneath it. So I barely got it in here like this. Gives her a little bit more room. I wish she would have took that. I'll probably have to take that out of here. But it gives her like 3 feet worth of space here, which is good. And the door barely closes now. Definitely want to get this bed out of here. So I don't know. I just assume buy the thing and then get rid of the damn thing, but should just have to try it for now. This right here could have just gone away. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. The room is so small that takes up a big space. It was right here. So I don't know. We may still have to move some stuff around. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm tired. It is 4:30. I need to go check into the hotel. Little bitty kitchen. This thing works great. All right, well, I'm here in the dungeon here in Old Inn. This room is 511 baht. I don't really care. Bed's pretty comfortable. I'm on floor 3, which I stay usually in the bigger rooms, and the internet's not good. But at least it's not the same room. Anyway, it's okay. I'm not here to really make videos. I'm here to work. And I got a lot done today. I'm very tired. I'm sticky. And I need a beer. Gonna go meet up with Brian, have a beer, and then if it's not raining, I might play golf in the morning. I'm not gonna video tomorrow. I've got a lot of stuff to do. Saturday I have to finish a little bit. It's a tight fit there. Mom's gonna have a fit in that kitchen. She just has too much stuff. She's gotta learn that she doesn't need to have a restaurant style kitchen, because she doesn't really cook that much. And being over here, well, she does cook a lot, but she only really makes the same dishes. Anyway, it's going to be a different lifestyle over here. Hopefully she can adapt. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.